It sounds quite bad because like wow, I'm foregoing my youth to buy more time later for what? Because later on I'll be old and wrinkled and I have osteoporosis or whatever. But actually nowadays with our lengthening like lifespans, like our mortality, we are able to live much longer than we did in the past.
Yep.
I think actually it's not that bad to consider, buying time for your older age to be able to play when you're in your 50s, for example.
Yep.
Because like with like medical and health being what it is, like actually you look at people in their 50s now, they can do pretty amazing things,
There's like Iron Man.
yeah, Iron Man, you
There was like Harrison Ford,
yeah,
he's in his 70s, then he goes cycle like 100
really?
miles. Yeah, you go look it up. I mean, we will put
That's
it here.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
Harrison Ford, I mean, he's
I
rich.
mean, last time I remember like when I was in secondary school, it used to be called like uncle strength. We used to call it that because like you will see like if you play basketball in the court, then or
Yeah.
you go and play badminton,
Yeah.
there are uncles that are just incredibly good even though they're old. Like,
Yeah.
but that comes with experience. But also it takes a certain amount of like physical ability, and I just find that older people nowadays is not like older people in the past.
Yes.
There's a Chinese saying that it's like a 人生70古来稀, which means that something to do with like when you're in your 70s, that's
Yeah.
towards the end of your life. But actually nowadays 70 years olds are like still okay one.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go back in history, last time people were like, when you're 40, you die already.
Yeah. Like I was watching there's this great Netflix show called the King, I think, like with Robert Pattinson and this other French guy.
Yeah.
And like it struck me because it's based on a real life war.
Yeah.
Like there are teenagers when they're kings and they're leading armies to battle. They're like 18 years old, 20 years old, and then they'll just get like the plague or something and die at 40 or 30.
Yeah.
So last time like life was really damn short. So like if I'm in my 20s, right, like I'm halfway through my life, statistically speaking,
Yeah.
like in the medieval ages, whatever. So now it's really not the case. So I understand how, because maybe like our physical or our kind of a biological consideration of time, like when I'm 20, it feels like the next 20 years is gonna be like, oh yeah, it's ages away, it's another lifetime, who knows where I'll be. But actually, the older you get, the better you are at putting time into perspective.
Yeah.
So that is the I don't know how to say it, that is the terminal problem, or that is the most existential problem I always see, because like when you're older you wish you had invested when you're younger, because time really is so good.
That's an interesting point, because when you say like when you're older you have more perspective, right?
Yeah.
And generally I feel like that perspective and life experiences, they definitely help if you want to go start a business or do something. But the caveat is you must have the resources ready when the opportunity comes.
What do you mean the resources?
So let's say you're 40, okay? Let's say you had a stable career all your life.
Yeah.
And you saved up like a decent amount of money. Not like crazy well. Maybe like
50k?
No, I would say
100k?
like, yeah, maybe 100k,
100k by
at 40.
40.
Right. Then you can kind of use that and go run with your business idea, which might make you more successful. You know what I
that's
mean?
true. I have seen that. Yeah.
But if you didn't plan, you didn't do anything at all, then at 40, then you have this great idea. If you have no capital, you have like no connections, I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult. Not impossible once again, it's going to be very, very difficult to start from scratch at 40.
True. It's not just money. It's like you say, connections also, and also your wisdom in having seen a lot of the world.
Yeah.
Also, and to also understand businesses from a fundamental point of view, to understand, because the underlying things that all businesses have to deal with, and being part of an organization can help you to see some of these things. Like, I appreciate all the bosses and all the companies that I've been to, even the ones that I didn't enjoy being under, because even bad companies, you can learn about how they are run, what not to do when you also become a boss. So maybe that's why, the Harvard Business Review, like, it really shows like, when you're 40, maybe that's the correct, just the right mix of have enough energy still and then have enough experience and wisdom to make sure that the business that you start has enough practicality and also have enough innovation to really succeed in the next 5 years.
And also capital, because
capital also.
So it's like,
sorry.
it's fine. Because you get like capital, life experiences, network,
connections, network,
personal branding. Then like you take this like joint, the sum of everything. Then you go start a business.
Yeah.